all ages. Welcome to the nation's capital for Tuesday night football. It is 5th versus 10th, the Raiders versus the Eels. The Eels coming off last week with a golden point scare to the Sea Eagles, and of course the Raiders getting the flogging done down there in Melbourne. I am your host for the evening, Jordan Lewis, and I am joined by my good friend Liam Ryan. And Liam, what are your thoughts on this do-or-die clash?
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. It's a huge clash tonight in Canberra. We obviously have the Canberra Raiders coming off a big win last week, and they were very happy with that one against the Storm, who are largely been unstoppable this season. And the Eels, they obviously came off a great win over your side, the Sea Eagles, in a Golden Point clash. And yeah, both sides coming off with winners, and they'll be motivated in this one, Jordan, to get the dub here tonight.
Well, you would hope so. Now, obviously, my connections run deep here in Canberra, and I can say that without a doubt, the boys are looking to get the job done tonight, particularly coming into this point of the season. This is where your season can be made or can be broken. Godwin looking to get the drop done here tonight. It is a packed house here at GIO, and they are baying for blood. We see the ball's gone right down the guts there. It's Luke Short, and he will take a bit of a falter there, but he's managed to recover very well, and he'll take that down there onto the 23rd metre line. They'll go out wide to Hayden. Hayden taking it up the guts. It's just a one-run play so far. But we'll see if they're going for that wide play. They're going for the shift. Jimmy will take that past the 40-metre line, and you can see there's a bit of life more in this Eels outfit. They're wanting to show that last week was not just a one and done for them. Downey will take that past the 50-metre line on the fourth tackle. We see Gould is taken there on the 40, and they will be forced to kick that down. Pretty great opening set, would you say there, Liam?
Yeah, definitely. It was a solid opening set from the Eels, and yeah, they're just looking to get it through their forwards. As we see Talis Riff take a good run. He was solid last week on that right wing, and yeah, this man, Riley Flynn, who's about to get the ball, he was a bit quiet last week. It will be interesting to see how he bounces back.
And I believe that would probably be the key to getting into the victory there, is just keeping Captain Courageous himself down and tired. We'll see Ether. He'll take that onto the 35. Very ordinary. Oh, we see an intercept there. Belova, he will take that. That will be the first tackle of the set on the 30-metre line. They go inside-outside. Amac, he is taking that through. He'll be taken down. He takes about 3 defenders with him. The big forward, Belova, the man of himself, he passed that on to Filippo Gould. Filippo Gould, he'll take that past the 20. We are third in this set. Jesus, this is a great opener from the Eels here. Fourth tackle of the set. We go on to Belova. Belova, he will take that. He is pushing. He is getting through. He'll be held short. Fifth tackle on the 2-metre line. They go inside, and Hayden is scouted well by that defence, and that will be the handover on the 5th-metre line. Tennessee v. Barnes. He'll take that down on the 15-metre line. Sorry to interrupt you there, Liam.
Yeah, Jordan, that was an absolutely it was a great defensive set there from the Raiders. They just halted the Eels from scoring there, and yeah, you'd have to say though it was they didn't really offer much, the Eels, did they? Oh, so they get the ball back. There's a big hit on one of the Raiders forwards.
Curtin with the intercept there. Again, very lucky that the referee did not call that for hit off the ball, I believe.
Yeah, very lucky, but in the SRL, I don't think we see that called too often. The referees seem to turn a blind eye to that one, and yeah, I guess that the Eels are in some great field position here, and they don't want to squander it because they've already had a full set down here.
And that is the aim of the game there. They seem to be setting it up for the right side of the attack there. They love going down that right end of the wing. Hayden will be tackled there on the 10-metre line, 31 metres game. They'll be going for the bomb, you would think. Amac goes for the little grubber, but that just ricochets off the Raiders, and Timoteo James will take that ball there on the 5th-metre line for the first of the set. Hopefully they can put together something a little bit better than what they did just before. Lucas said he'll be tackled there on the 12-metre line. Goes into Barnes. Mitch Barnes will take the Barnes storm and run. He'll get that up to the 25-metre line. You can hear these Raiders fans down on the ground. They are getting berserk. They want their team to wake up here. We don't know what's going on. Fourth tackle, again, they're just north of that 20-metre line. This is a great defensive set from the Eels. Less said about that Raiders attack, though. Fifth tackle on the 30. They will hope to get a big bomb, a big torp down and just pin them down, I would believe there. And that's exactly what they do, but does not really get the distance. 30-metre line there for Luke Short, and he will take that nearly to the 50-metre line. What do you think of that defence there, Liam?
Yeah, it was obviously a great defensive set from the Eels, and I think that the Raiders, they just haven't really been able to get their go forward with their forwards just yet, and I think they just need to look to Lucas said and the likes of Irby Armworth. He was huge last week against the Storm, and yeah, as we see Blair Curtin, he's taken a huge run. He's been awesome to start this season, and yeah, the Eels, they've got some great field position. Luke Short, oh my, he's been awesome to start the season as well as they're inside the 10.
They're in the 10 already. It seems to be a part of the field that they love, camping down there below with the big bomb. And there's already a good kick chase return on there, but Tennessee Barnes with the ball, but he'll be tackled in goal. That is a dropout. Oh, you can hear the Raiders. They are not happy with this one, Liam.
Yeah, absolutely not. You wouldn't be too happy if your team has started the game like this because they just haven't really offered much in attack, and they're just letting the Eels waltz down them into their 20, and the Eels, they're having no issues making meters here, and as we see Luke Short try and take a dart out of dummy half.
And it seems to be from the dummy half dart where they seem to be getting killed through there. Filippo Gould, he'll take that, and this will be the fourth tackle, and again, they are camped. They are camped within that 10-metre line. Amac is pushing. He's pushing through. He'll be turned on his back there. We'll go upstairs to check it, but I don't believe that touched the chalk.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Jordan. It's certainly didn't look like that to the apparent eye, but yeah, I think we'll get red lights here and or white lights, so and so.
Well, the red light is obviously the preferred colour of choice for rugby league fans. The little grubber, they've trying for that grubber. It doesn't seem to be doing much for them, though. They can't seem to break through on that fifth tackle. Timoteo James will pass on to Ether. Ether will push and push and push. You can see he's dragging four defenders with him. He'll get past that 10-metre line. And you were right just before. I would really like to see the big bopper forwards that the Canberra Raiders have just really getting into there. I don't know if whether or not they're taking their win in Melbourne to heart or what they're doing, but something is just not clicking right now. And even looking at this team, you can see their captain there. He's just barking orders, is old Flinny.
Yeah, absolutely. Riley Fleeny, I think he just wants to get into the forwards and just tell them to provide a platform because at the moment they just haven't really got anything and they haven't got go forward. As we see, a kick down to Speedman, you really don't want to be kicking to him in the form he's in. He obviously, I think he got a double last week, and yeah, the Eels, they'll start their set in some great field position here with as they have been the last couple of sets.
Yeah, they have, absolutely. This is probably one of the weaker sets from them there. They've only really made the 10 metres from that first ball. But Jack Jimmy, he'll be trying to make amends for that. He'll be taking that past the 40 for the fourth tackle. Pass it on the inside to Hayden. Hayden on to Amac. Amac will take that to the 25-metre line. And this is probably the furthest out that they've finished a set all game. Hayden will take a little chip through. They'll get down to Barnes. And Barnes trying. And again, that defense is on him like flies on a rotted meat sandwich. We see Martin now. Martin going up and not really gaining much ground. And again, it is that same issue. They're getting the ball. They're definitely getting possession. But when they get it, they're not really doing much of it. Actually, as I say that, Flinny, he's taking that personally. He's breaking. He's over the 30, and he'll be tackled down there. But that is a great call and answer from such a great captain there. Timoteo James with a little dart from dummy half. He'll be taken there 10 metres short. And they'll go on to Thompson. Thompson, again, will be taken just on that same spot there. 81 metres in that set, all from Riley Flynn himself. They'll go for the bomb, I believe, which Mitch Barnes does do that, but there's not really much of a kick chase. Tap back, though, Timoteo James. He'll be tackled. That'll be 6 metres out. And that is a much, much better set from the Raiders there, Liam.
Yeah, we started to see some fight back from the Raiders. It was about time because they had started this game flat on their feet. They had absolutely nothing through their forwards. And it was Riley Flynn, you change the tide. We talk about captain's knock. That's certainly one because they needed a bit of go forward and he provided that. As the Raiders, they'll look to defend well here, but Blair Curtin, what is he on the ball?
Oh, stand up and take a bow. I believe that was Lucas said who got the great crack on them there. They'll go down to Barge. Barge will be tackled there on the 20. And you're absolutely right, Liam. When your team is down, you look to your captain. And that was an absolute stand-up from Riley Flynn. And you can see it has injected life into this, what was a listless Raiders attacking line there. Lucas said he'll take that down. He'll be tackled about 10 metres out on the 3rd. They'll shift in short to Kowal. Kowal will be crashing underneath there! Oh, Raul Kowal, take a bow, sir. What an amazing try from the prop right forward. And this Raiders fans, they are on their feet for that one. They were a little quiet and possibly a little angry even 10 minutes ago, but that seems to have righted the ship there, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely there, Jordan. As we spoke about, it's the Riley Flynn run that's changed the tide of this game so far. His huge run down to the 20 on that last set really changed the tide, and then the Blair Curtin big hit was influential to the Rays getting that field position. But Rahul Kowal, what a run! It was absolutely unstoppable from him, and he certainly injected his life on his voice on this one. And the Raiders, they take the lead 6-0, and the Eels, I'll be a bit disappointed with that one because they've certainly had the field position, but just haven't came up with points yet.
That's exactly right. Now, those in the ice hockey fandom, like myself, will know that there's obviously an important stat, the shots on goal. Doesn't really matter if you're getting 50 if you're only getting 1 or 2 goals. And the Raiders have proven just that. The first real attempt in the red zone, and they managed to score the try. Barnstorming run there from Rahul Kowal. Second tackle of the set will be taken on their 30-meter line. Godwin, he'll take that there on the 35-meter line. And the Raiders fans, they've come alive. As we've said, that they have absolutely come alive, and it's really feeding this Raiders outside. We see the inside, outside, and the forward pass. Oh, that is a let-off. And Jack Jimmy, he'll take that.
It looked like he got smashed off the ball anyway. It was a win-win there for the Eels there, apparently.
Well, he did get taken off the ball. That is very true. But the touchies flags were up right before that. We did get a good view into that. Bit of a nowhere pass that one to Bourbon. It didn't look like he was expecting to get that one. That'll be the 3rd on the 20-meter line. Blair Curtin, he's looking at that Raiders and he's saying, I'm taking that hit personally. He's taking that down to the 10-meter line there. Belova, he'll get that inside to Amac. Amac trying to crash over, but Riley Flynn, what a tackle from the captain there. And they'll be taken 5th on the 10. And that was a drop. That is disappointing stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a bit of a poor last tackle option. And yeah, the Eels, I think they just have to get that right. They maybe have to look to something else because those grubbers, so far in SRL 2.0, we haven't.
Sorry.
We haven't seen them eventuate, but I think that they just need to look to the bombs, as you were saying, Jordan.
Well, it seems to be that's what catches out the outside attack. We've seen break after break. It's Tennessee Barnes. He'll be taken there on the 35-meter line. This Raiders, where were they about 20 minutes ago? It'll be Arnworth. He started to eject himself. He'll be taken there 22 out, 71 meters from that set. And again, they'll go for the bomb, I believe, here. Hopefully they get the kick chase with it as well. No, they're going for the grubber as well. I'm at a loss for words there. They seem to be loving the 20-meter grubbers, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure what their obsession is with it, but apparently they'll keep trying it until it works. But yeah, I think that the Eels, they're certainly going to have to make them. Oh, that looked line ball. Jim Bourbon gets the ball, and yeah, they're going to have to start looking at some of their key players. I think Luke Short's going to have to get his hands on the ball because they're certainly. Oh, it's a big hit on Matthew Barisic.
Yeah, you're right. Barisic, he looks a little bit out for it. I wouldn't be surprised if they take him off for HIA potentially 42 meters from that set. And you are right, just as we said before, that you got to look to your captains, you got to look to your spine players. It's now time for AMAC and for Luke Short to really stand up here. And what a poor option. 5th tackle, you're 50 meters out. Go for the kick, son. Luke Thompson, he'll take that. And that's the first tackle for this set on the 45-meter line. And the Raiders, they are looking to make this Eels outfit pay for that mistake there. Irby Arnworth, he'll take that. He'll take 2 down with him. Timoteo James onto Ranga Rage. Ranga Rage, a little bit of a hospital pass there to him. He'll take that at the knees, but that was all for all money a run there. Timoteo James again trying to inject himself from that dummy half position and doing a little better than certain other dummy halves we've seen. The little double pump from Godwin, but that's not really getting much out of that 33 from that set, but they'll take that onto the 25. Here comes Luke, and Luke with the little punt down. And that'll go down to Ethan Goodwin. And he makes the break. Ethan Goodwin's through, but he's being chased down. There's Riley Flynn down there on his side. It's a battle of the foot race here. We'll see who can get to him first, and it is Riley Flynn who takes the tackle. But that is the first to set 10 metres out. You couldn't ask for a better position here. Hayden on to Driscoll. Driscoll will push. He'll push, and he'll get there. Oh, as we said, you look to your spine, you look to your wings, you look to your captain, and all of them stood up for that one, Liam.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge try. That's a huge swing of momentum for the Parramatta Eels. Ethan Goodwin, what a run. Absolutely changing the tide of this one with the kick return. He stepped around one. Riley Flynn got to him, but it didn't matter. Luke Driscoll on the very next play, he gets the ball and just powers his way over. Luke Driscoll, wow, that's insane stuff from Parramatta. We talked about not taking their opportunities. They've certainly changed that here. They've back in this one at 6 apiece, and the Raiders, they were starting to get a bit of a momentum here, and they were starting to run away with this one. Parramatta, well-needed try, and yeah, we've got a battle on our hands here.
Absolutely took the words out of my mouth there, Liam. It's exactly what we wanted to see. We wanted to see them start taking those chances, getting a little bit of a line ball going, and they've done exactly that. I know a couple of good wins down on the Northern Beaches who will be screaming for that one there as well, as much as it will go down to... Sorry, I'm a bit tongue-tied here. That was just an amazing try. As much as that will go down to... Sorry, again, tongue-tied. As much as that will go down to Luke Driscoll is what I was trying to say. That one was definitely a team effort try there. Barisic, he'll be taken down there on the 40-metre line. On to Jack Jimmy, and he will, again, just a little bit shy of that 40-metre line. You can see there, Riley Flynn, he's already telling him, hey, don't take your mind off this game, boys. We've still got plenty of football in this. We've still got to make sure that we send these Canberra fans home happy. Hayden will take the kick down. That will go down to Tennessee Barnes. He'll make the break there. Little dart out, little bit of a shimmy, and he'll be tackled there on the 30-metre line. Now, Liam, if you are these teams' captains, what are you telling them? What exactly are you saying coming 10 minutes before the second half?
Yeah, look, I think that for the Raiders, I think they just got to... Riley Flynn just got to tell them, don't take their mind off it, because if they get complacent in the last 10 minutes, and I think that they'll concede a couple tries. Oh, what
as you said that, Nick Kirk with the break. He's taken 3. He's split 3. He'll be tackled there 5 metres out. And that was an absolute hospital pass there. Easy pickings there for one of the Premier little halfbacks. Sorry, not halfbacks, Blake. One of the Premier little dummy halves there. AMAC will be taken, and very lucky not to get the try there for the Raiders. Belova, he'll push. He'll get there, but he'll be on his back.
Hold on. Let's check the video.
Again, I don't know why they want to check this. It's pretty clear from up here. And I'm sure down in that position you would say that, yep, no try. He's been turned on his back. But this game, the momentum keeps switching.
Yeah, it certainly does there, Jordan. And does Parramatta, they get taken back to the 10-metre line. It's certainly... That pass was certainly hospital, as I've ever seen. It was very high and very loopy. Was asking to get hit off the ball, and certainly a bit of momentum change here as Parramatta, they're getting pushed back here, and they're out to their 20.
They are indeed, but still it's that red zone. That's exactly sort of where they want to be as Burton takes the bomb, but again, with no support, he will be tackled there on the line, and it will be a handover. Talis Reef. He'll take the first ball there for this set, and he'll be tackled there short of the 20. They'll come down to Ranga Rage. Ranga Rage on with the inside to Barker. CM Barker, a little bit of a spark off the bench there he is. And he'll take that into Timoteo James, a little dummy half run again. and it'll be tackled short of the 40. Riley Flynn now trying the same, but just taken again short of that 40. Again, the captain trying to inject himself and show this team, hey, this is how you play. Looks like they might be going for the 40-20, but no angle on that one. That's a very strange kick, given that was fourth tackle. And Luke Short, he will break, but he'll get ankle tapped, and that is absolutely a try saver there. And this Eels outfit, they are showing that there's still life. Oh, Coxie there, a little shimmy and a little dart. He'll be taken on the 30. And this team, they want to go in. We got 6 minutes before the halftime. And you've got to say the next try is going to be crucial in determining the end result here, Liam.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be a coach killer if either of these sides concedes before halftime here. And yeah, I thought that 40-20 attempt was rather poor there from the Raiders. You don't want to be kicking it straight down to Luke Short because it just gives him more time to prepare and what he wants to do in the middle of the field. It gives him so many options. But as the Eels are inside the 20 again, it'll be interesting. Do they go grubber or bomb?
And it looks like they've learnt from past mistakes. They go for the bomb. There's a little tap back there. Blair Curtin trying to get onto it, but that is great scramble defence from Canberra.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant defence there from Canberra. They've done a brilliant job not to concede there, and they're working out of their own end. I think they just want to get to half-time here because without conceding anymore, because Parramatta, they have the momentum. If they can get into half-time 6-all, they'll be very happy with how Parramatta have had a lot of possession this last 10 or so minutes and a lot of good possession at that.
They have indeed, but I know this Raiders outfit very well, and I can tell you they will not want to put the Q in the rack. I got it right that time, if anyone remembers game one. But yeah, they will not want to put this game and just take it to death. It's 6-all. They're going for the 40-20 again, but this time, very nearly. That at least was a better angle. And Luke Short, they've scouted him well. They'll tackle him there on the 20.
Yeah, that was way better of a kick there. At least they didn't give him the space to work with. They put him right near the touchline and didn't give him many options. As we see Blake Curtin, what a half this guy is having. Is there a better dummy half in the SRL at the minute?
He's been very good for this Eels outfit. That is very true, and I believe most of this half, I would have to say, from knowing the man as I do from season from SRL SRL 1.0. I do apologise about the tongue tie here, ladies and gentlemen. But from knowing him from SRL 1.0, he's taking that hit earlier on in the half very personally. You do not want to anger the man, particularly when he's in this kind of mood. Tennessee v. Barnes, he'll take the run down there on the first. That would be passed on to Riley Flynn. Riley breaks through one, but he can't escape the swarm that's coming onto him. It seems after that first little break, they've really had him scouted. Ranger Rage, he'll be taken. And again, this Raiders outfit, they're not really getting that punch that they were just a little minute ago. Irby Arnworth passes on to Thompson. Thompson through to Ether, he gets taken in the same position. And again, they seem to have lost that spark here, Liam.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've just lost their punch that they had about 20 minutes ago when they really inflicted their damage. As Luke Short, it's not a great kick again, but at least it doesn't concede as much meterage. And the Eels, they've got about a minute to go in this first half. It'll be interesting to see how they can get their way down the field.
Absolutely, it will. They got the second tackle here. They're already on the 50-meter line. Oh, scratch that. Sorry, the 45-meter line there. With a little push from Downey, that'll go to the 46. They're going through to Filippo Gould. He'll take that over the 50, and you would dare say they've probably got about one or two more plays left in this before the second half. Hayden will get tackled there on the 40 as we get clocked down. It is 6 apiece here in Canberra. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The second half comes. And welcome back here to GIO Stadium for the second half of this 6-all game between Canberra and the Eels. Not a result that a lot of people would have thought going into the second half. Oddly enough, though, with the glut of possession that the Eels have had, you would say from these stats that they should be up by plenty at this point. Liam, what do you make of that first half?
Yeah, Jordan, it was certainly an interesting first half. As we mentioned, the Eels, I think was the key thing in this first half. They didn't take their chances largely. They were down 6-0, as we see a penalty. It's just, this is what shooting them in the foot. They keep making errors or giving away penalties. I think this is the first penalty, but yeah, they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. And yeah, they've dominated this game in terms of meters and whatnot, but yeah, they just need to stop giving away self-inflicted wounds on themselves.
And that, I think, is the key there, as you are right. Raul Kowal with a little bit of a don't argue. He'll be tackled there for the third over that 50-metre line. But you were right. We had a look at the stats. Oh, what a hit! Tim Mateo was there to collect at the very least. They've learned from the last half. Godwin onto Ether. Ether will take that to the 40, and that will be a kick there. You would think that they will go to Luke Thompson with a little bit of the punt. And no, they go to Godwin for a punt down onto their left-hand side, and that will go to Speedman, and Speedman will be taken there on the 12-metre line. Now, a little bit of an interesting tidbit there. You mentioned the errors. Eels only had 2 errors registered, 12 out of 14 of their sets completed for 58% possession, 300 more metres gained than the Raiders there as well. Like I said, everything just meant you would look at that and you would think that this would be probably more like 18-6. It is not. It is 6 apiece, and it is just those little moments that they keep letting get to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the Eels, they just need to go back to what was working for them in the first half. I think they just need to go to the forwards and the outside backs, the key players for them, and they'll see the rewards. Stenavisi Barnes, he was pretty good in the first half, about 75 run meters in the first half. He'll be looking to add to that in this second half.
You would be hoping so as Riley Flynn. Riley Flynn with a break! And they've scrambled, but he's managed to get the offload. Surveyor, he'll be taken there on the 50, and that will be tackle number 2. Now, that is another play that we thought had a very, very curious little stat there. Only 80 metres gained. Riley Flynn, he's tried that. I don't know what he was thinking with that one. But yeah, Flinny only 80 metres gained, and we reckon most of that would have been from that one little break he had, the 60 metres. And what a hit to Belova. Welcome to Canberra, son. On to Short, and Short there with 115 in that first half. He has been absolutely everywhere for this Eels outfit. They go on to McDonald. McDonald, he'll be taken there for 3, taking him down there on the 40-metre line. Blair Curtin with a little dart again from him. And again, in SRL 2.0, we've seen that the hookers love to do that little dart out of the half there. Jack Jemmy, he'll be taken 25 metres out for the 5th tackle. And they'll hopefully learn from their mistakes and not go for the grubber. They don't. And they do. And that has been the song of the game all night, it seems. Luke Thompson.
Yeah, it certainly has. Their kicking game hasn't been good, has it?
It has not. And that was the other thing that we noticed there. James Godwin with about 200 kicking metres already to his name. But again, that could also be attributed to the fact that they have been mostly within their 30-metre line all game there. All very risky pass, almost an intercept. Riley Flynn will pass that through to Surveyor. Surveyor to Godwin. Godwin on to Tennessee Barnes. Tennessee Barnes, he's through, but he'll be taken there by Luke Short. What a defensive tackle from that little fullback. Godwin onto Arnworth. Irby Arnworth, he will attract about 5 defenders onto him. 53 metres gained, 5th tackle, and a very questionable kick there. It was obviously collected by Connell, but again, there's no point in collecting that if you're not going to make the meters there, Liam.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was just an underwhelming distance on the kick. I think that there needs to be a bit more juice on the kick from the Raiders there, as the Parramatta side, they're looking to work their way out of meterage again. And there's a Filippo Gould. We thought he had a good first half in that one with 55 minutes and only 55 metres and only 20 minutes. So, yeah, I think that Parramatta, they're just looking to work it through their key players. Luke Short and AMAC certainly going to be key in this second half.
Also, Luke Driscoll there, he's been absolutely on fire. They've gone through to Luke Short, but Luke Short has been well scouted there by Cadell Barnes. He'll be taken there past the 50-metre line. Hayden, he's got a big kick through. He's finally decided the grubber's not working. He'll kick that down to Barnes again. Cadell Tennessee Barnes, he'll attract 4. He'll break through 3, but he'll be taken down there on the 20-metre line. They go on to James. James on to Godwin. And Godwin, that is meters lost in that tackle. That's not great from the Raiders. Now, while they're working this... Oh, what a hit! But he's managed to get the offload. While we're waiting to see what the Raiders can work out here, Liam, you managed to get down there to the sheds. What was the word from the coaches coming into the second half? You might need to know Riley is being taken on the 50-metre line. So, again, what was the word from the coaches?
Yeah, in the Eels sheds, we heard a bit of a AMAC. I think he was just key on not taking your opportunities because obviously they didn't take their opportunities. They had about 5 chances or so down that Raiders red zone and only took one of them. So they just want to be taking those shots in their red zone, and I think that AMAC realizes they'll get the job done here. But the Raiders, I think that they just want to be use those forwards a bit more to their advantage because they've got the likes of Lucas said, Irby Armworth to help them out as Filippo Gould takes a good run. But yeah, I think that Riley Flynn, he was just key on using those forwards to lay the platform for them because they really weren't able to do that in the first half. And I think it's why they had so many less run meters in that first half.
Speedman taken out there. So sorry. It seems like, not too much was happening until we started talking about analysis there. But again, what a great tackle from Riley Flynn. He has really, really stood up here in defence.
Yeah, absolutely. Riley Flynn, that was a huge tackle from him on the sideline. And the Raiders, they certainly needed that to change the tide on this game as Riley Flynn, always good run there from the Raiders captain.
He's had a great run here, a bit more effective in the opening stanza of this second half than he was in the first half. Godwin, he'll be taken down there on the 30-metre line. This is the third tackle. The Raiders, they can smell blood. You can hear the fans. They are baying for it. Riley Flynn, he is taken there past the 20-metre line. Fourth tackle of the set here. They'll go short. They'll go inside to Godwin. Godwin, and he throws the intercept. But Lovo was just waiting for that one and says, thank you very much. He'll take that to the 30. And that is just the story of this game for this Raiders outfit. The chances are there. They're not taking them either.
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't think either side's really taken their chances fully in this one. And we see there's big hits. It feels a bit personal, this matchup here, because they have just been putting on big hits all night. And yeah, as we say, a 40-20 attempt, as Riley Flynn, he's just letting it go to the sideline. That's a bit poor.
Riley, mate, look, we've come through the ranks together, but I can already see he's got his head up to the sky. He's thinking, why did I think that was going to bounce inside? Very unlucky bounce of the ball, I would guess, but a very well-weighted kick there from the Eels. And they have the chance to finally take the lead that they have so deserved all game. Jack Jimmy, he'll attract 4, and they'll push him back. He will actually lose about 3 meters from that run. They go on to McDonald. AMAC! He's over! Oh, what a try there from the Eels. We were saying it's just a bitter moment for the number 13, the lock forward, AMAC, to finally get through. And one of my personal friends there, he's done the job. He's done so well with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge there. That's a captain knock if I've ever seen one from Anthony McDonald. Just fends off the opposition captain, Riley Flynn. He's put in the dirt. Anthony McDonald, take a bow, sir. You put your side and your back. He might have a broken back here because that is absolutely huge stuff from him. And he's lifted the Eels up to a 12-6 lead. And it really feels like it's going to be influential in the outcome of this one.
You would think so. Now, thankfully for the lock forward there, we're expecting the lock forward change to come through. You can see he's panting, he's puffing, he's almost out of gas, but that is exactly what you want from a captain. When you think you've run out of energy, you find that little bit of extra room there. Blair Curtin, he'll take a little bit of a stand back there. I think he didn't really get a clean grab at that ball. Maybe that's what they should be doing from these kickoffs, is just targeting him for that one. But they go on to Jonathan. Jonathan, he'll take that to the 25-metre line. They'll go on wide to the right. To their left to Jack Jimmy. Jack Jimmy will be taken very, very close to that 30-metre line. Third tackle of the set. They go out and in. AMAC, the man himself, he'll be taken down on the 40. And oh no! Oh, AMAC, he's hurt. He's put his finger in the air doing the circle. He wants to go. That looks like he might have done his cork. That looks like it might be a cork thigh or a bit of a Charlie horse there. What do you reckon there, Liam?
Yeah, he was holding his thigh as he went off. It looked like his he's done something in that region, and yeah, it's unfortunate stuff for the Eels captain, as we'll see a bit of rotations, or as we see a six
Oh,
again.
no.
It'll stunt their rotations, and it's going to be unfortunate for the Eels. Let's hope that it doesn't prove too costly for them.
You would hope so. As a captain, you've got to plan for these unplanned moments. But again, this is going to be something pivotal there. Irby Arnworth, he'll take that down on the 30. This is about just as good of an attacking set as the Raiders have had all night. Riley Flynn, he'll get the outside to Luke Thompson. Luke Thompson, he'll be taken 25 metres out. They've got 2 tackles left in this set. Let's see if they can make magic happen. They go onto Ether. Ether will attract 3 or 4 again from that line. 5th tackle, 60 metres gained in that set. They're going to go for it here. They're going to go for the bomb, you would think. No, they go for the grubber, and again, it doesn't pay off. You know what they say the definition of insanity is, and I believe someone should probably tell these halves what that definition is. They keep going for something that is obviously not working here, Liam.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the trainer might have to run onto the field and give them some instructions on maybe putting a bomb up, because the grubber, it just hasn't worked all night for either team. And yeah, I think the bomb, they just need to try it, because the bomb, it has worked wonders, I think, when the sides have tried it. It's looked way more dangerous than these grubbers. It's just going straight into the feet of a defender, or it's going well for a knock on. So they've just got to try something different.
And you are absolutely on the money there. For the record, it does appear that about probably 2 out of the last 3 tries, they have come from the bomb. We know it works. It's something that you would think that they would go for, but they seem to love trying that grubber. Maybe there's something on the field that we're not seeing. Maybe there's a bit of dew that just on the surface there. Maybe that's why they're thinking to go for the little skid. Riley Flynn, he'll pass that through to Talis Riff, and just the same as we were saying for AMAC, he's looking puffed. You can see Riley's chest is rising and falling there. He's feeling it too. Oh, what a hit on short. This, again, that Raiders outfit, they're wanting to get back into this. They're wanting to do it. They know they can smell blood in the water. The second tackle of the set will be taken 18 metres out from the Raiders line. Blair Curtin passes through to Belova. Belova will go on to Short, and Short will be taken there. Short, he has not been as influential in the second half there, Liam.
Yeah, I think he's feeling a little bit gassed here in this second half. Short, he obviously had a lot of work to do in that first half, and I think that he's just feeling the effects of that now. And we see Pappenhausen, we haven't mentioned it yet, but he's on debut tonight. So congratulations to young fella. I think that's his first touch.
That is indeed Kitakini Pappenhausen's first touch for the game. And again, welcome to the SRL, young lad. You've come in an absolute pivotal game here tonight. Timoteo James will be taken on the 50-metre line. Riley Flynn, I don't know what it is, what these attacking coaches have been telling teams, but there's a lot of dummy half runs. Timoteo, again, that's the third little dart from dummy half in a row. They seem to be taking a play out of Charlie Rossini's book there, Liam. As Lucas said, he'll be pushing through. He'll take about 3 there with him. Now, we got about 15 minutes left in this half, and in this game, indeed, there was still plenty of football in it. And, of course, any game can be won within that time frame with 6 in the bank. Liam, how do you see this game panning out as we head into the final stanza?
Look, I think that the Eels, they've had the Raiders' number all night. I think that they've just had that edge over the Canberra side, but we have seen in moments the Raiders have stepped up when it matters. With Riley Flynn, that big run to change the tide in that first half. But I'm just not sure they have the energy in their big players to stand up. I think that the Eels, they'll just come on trumps here. As we see Blair Curtin, he's certainly had a huge night tonight. And yeah, I think he's a key reason for the Eels to win this one.
He will be indeed if they do. And Tennessee Barnes, he is taking that to the 40 there. Timoteo James, again, a little dart. He'll break out from 1 tackle, but he'll attract 4 more. He'll be taken there 45 metres out. They'll go to the left to Connell, to Tennessee Barnes. Tennessee Barnes, what a step! He'll be taken there, though. 3rd tackle of the set, and they are trying, at least this Raiders outfit, they are not going out. If they are, they're going out swinging. And Martin, he'll be taking their 30 metres out. Luke Thompson onto Flynn. Flynn will be taken. He is looking tired. He's very lucky. We might potentially see an injury. We hope not. Timoteo James to Luke Thompson. Luke Thompson with the little chip. That will be taken by Ethan Goodwin, and he will be taken down there on the 20-metre line. Both teams are really stepping up to try and ice this game. Great defense from the Raiders as they saw Belova was getting ready to take that ball. He'll be taken down on the 30-metre line. The defense is really shoring up, but we can already see from up here there are little gaps forming. It'll just be a matter of moments there before the Eels notice as well and potentially take advantage there, Liam. I apologise, folks.
Yeah, definitely. I think that they're starting to notice that there's some big gaps forming in this Raiders defensive line as we see Blair Curtin take a...
I apologise there, Liam. It sounds
as
like
we
you're
see
kidding.
The Raiders, they take the Flynn. He's taking a run down to a kick return and gets a good return.
He throws the intercept. I do apologise there, Liam, mate. I think you're having the same technical issues I had at the last game. The mic's just cutting in and out. But that was almost there. Lucas said he absolutely stood up when it was needed. Did not need to throw that pass. Pappenhuis, and he'll be taken there on the 40-metre line. Kitakini. The ball will go down to Jimmy. Jimmy's onto O'Coxie. O'Coxie will be taken, and that will be Lucas said tackling him up the middle. And that will be fourth on the 50-metre line. This Eels outfit is not dead yet. They are trying to ice this game. And then we go. Luke Driscoll, he'll be tackled there. We've been told that there's been some technical issues. One of the fans has imbibed a little bit too much and has been trying to get into the box up here, and that's what we believe is causing these technical issues. We'll see Tails Riff, he'll be taken on the 30-metre line and get Barge. Barge will be taken down there. He'll be close to the 40-metre line. This Raiders outfit, they want to send these fans home happy. Luke Thompson, hasn't he been everywhere tonight? And he's looking tired too, but he'll still be standing up and trying to take a bow. Mitchell Barnes, he'll be taking that one over the 50-metre line. Look forward there. Tim James with another dummy half run. He'll be taken there over the 40-metre line, 49 metres from that set. And Liam, if you're much like, what the kick was that? That was a poor end to what could have been a great set there, Liam.
Yeah, that was a bit of a poor end of the set there from the Raiders half. They weren't able to capitalise on the field position. And, as we see Luke Short take a great run.
Yep, Luke Short with the run. It does seem like the mic issues from that rowdy fan have been fixed there, Liam.
Yeah, there was some technical difficulties with these fans. They're certainly rowdy in Canberra. They're not happy with the result, the way this is eventuating tonight. And we do apologise, but these fans are certainly playing an influence on us tonight.
They have been mad. They've been absolutely upset. You probably can't hear it, but they've been banging on our window up here as well. It's everyone calls Brisbane the Cauldron. I know I did for you last week, and you know very well, Liam, that those fans can get quite upset themselves, but nothing beats a Canberra fan base when they know that they should be winning.
Yeah, definitely. Canberra, they'll feel upset by this because they've certainly had their chances to score some tries down in the red zone of Parramatta, but they just haven't taken them. But I think the same could be said for the Eels. They've had numerous chances and haven't taken them, but they're still in the lead. And they'll be happy with this one. But I think that it could be more here. But overall, I think they'd be rather happy with this one.
Absolutely. You take the 2 points, you take the Chockies home. That's all that any coach really wants at the end of the day. We see an offload there, Irby Arnworth, and he is out on his feet, is old Irby. 35 from that set. Now, we've only got 2 minutes left in this game now. Obviously, a try could still happen. It is still theoretically possible, but you would be thinking this may be the result. Now, if you're the captain from either team there, Liam, what do you take away from this into next week?
Yeah, look, I think that you've got to take for the Eels. I think they've got to take their conversion of opportunities. They've really got to work on that because they have been not clinical at all in this one. They've had numerous opportunities, especially in that first half. They were not clinical with a lot of opportunities in the red zone of the Raiders. And yeah, I think the Raiders, it's rather the same, but I think they've just got to work on their short kicking game, both sides. I think as they look to next week, as we obviously know, the Raiders, they play the Rabbitohs away from home next week. They'll certainly be taking some feedback on by from Riley Flynn and the coaching staff to try and win that one. Is that the Rabbitohs are certainly a valiant outfit.
They are. The Rabbitohs know how to find just that little bit of an edge to the game, and they can exploit that. You are absolutely right. But I would be fearing any team that has to cop the Riley Flynn spray, and I believe this team will do so after what has been a very disappointing game at home. Now the heads will be held high at Parramatta, but again, it's been a bit of a dour game when it came to just the attack there. Defensively, both teams have been very, very on song. As we can see, 55% possession, and you only win by 6 points.
Yeah, it's certainly not the greatest from the Eels, but as you said earlier, they'll take the 2 points wherever they can find them. And yeah, the completions, they're rather similar. Well, the Eels had four more, and the error count, two more for the Raiders, which was honestly less than I expected because I thought with that completion it would be a bit more than two errors difference. And the penalties conceded, there was only one penalty in this game, and it was conceded by the Eels. So the tackles, there was 20 more tackles with the Raiders. I think that increased defensive demand was certainly key in this one.
Absolutely, and we could see it from up here towards the end of that game. The forward pack for the Canberra Raiders were just out on their feet. Again, we're surprised that there wasn't a few more try breaks there. We can see the breakdown, of course. Rahul Kowal, he opened the scoring occasion for this game 18 minutes in with that try. And then, of course, the tries to Luke Driscoll and AMAC, the man himself, Luke Short with two conversions. And, of course, Blair Curtin, what a stand-up game he had. 25 tackles, 7 one-on-one and 105 passes. The man was everywhere for the dummy half role. You can't ask for more.
Yeah, definitely. Blair Curtin was huge in this one. As we looked at some individual stats, we can say Lucas said for the Raiders, he had a decent game, 106 meters with 16 tackles. We'll ignore the missed tackles there. He had the two line breaks. But Riley Flynn, 214 meters. That's just actually pretty impressive considering he's only on 83 at halftime, wasn't it, Jordan?
Yeah, roughly just a little bit north of the 80 meters gained in the first half. So that second half, even if he didn't score, he was trying to get his team back in there. You'll see James Godwin, and this is probably about the same for that meters gained that both teams had, but 382 kicking meters. That is pretty good if you're a halfback there.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a solid kick meter game. I'm not sure what the record is on kick meters in SRL 2.0, but it would certainly be up there, I'd say.
It's definitely close there. Now, as well, for a second row, Nicholas Ether, he had 23 tackles for none missed. Just as someone who has always prided themselves on getting as little missed tackles as possible, that is huge from the second rower.
Yeah, definitely. As we see, his second row partner certainly wasn't able to achieve that same outcome with five missed tackles and 19 made. Yeah, it's just absolutely speaks volumes on Nicholas Efer's defensive outputs.
And that is something I think that that Riley Flynn will be taking into next week and just saying, look at what Nick did, look at what he did. That is what we need. Timoteo James as well, out of the dummy half hooker role, 152 meters run, 24 tackles, 3 missed, 2 tackle breaks, 1 line break. He stood up himself, the vice captain there.
Yeah, definitely. He had a huge game, James, and yeah, with 150 meters, he certainly can say hold his head up high because he certainly tried all night, and unfortunately, he just wasn't able to get anything going for the Raiders. They weren't able to take their opportunities.
That's right. And we'll have a look there at the Parramatta Eels. The winners of tonight, AMAC, 57 minutes, but 116 metres run there from the lock forward. 6 passes, 18 tackles, only 1 missed tackle, and 1 kick for 18 metres, which is probably one of those weird little grubbers that we saw, and obviously try to his name there as well. And Patrick Belova, again, absolutely everywhere, 125 run metres for 24 tackles. So 24 passes and 12 tackles. And of course, they're the 6 kicks there for 157 metres. And Luke Short, Sir Takeabout, 172 metres run is a very good effort from old Shorty there.
Yeah, definitely. It's huge stuff from the fullback there. I think he made about 70 metres in that second half, or 100 in the first half. So it was a solid effort in the second half. He certainly played a role in that second half, as we see. Tyler Hayden, I thought he was really solid. 362 kick metres from the 9 kicks, with 13 tackles and 4 missed. 106 metres as well. It's pretty solid stuff.
It's a great effort from Tyler. And he was one of those ones who took the advice to heart and started to put up those bombs. And when he did, it started really paying off there. Again, I don't know why they were going for the little grubbers. We've already mentioned him before, but Blair Curtin, man, I've got to say, like 25 tackles there. That is just phenomenal from a hooker.
Yeah, also the 5 tackle breaks. You don't see that every day from a hooker. He is absolutely exceptional. And as I said earlier, I think he's the best hooker in the comp at the moment. He certainly won the hooker battle tonight. And yeah, I think that was key in this one.
Absolutely. And coming into a potential trade period, if there is one, I can say that there's probably 1 or 2 captains that will be knocking on the door there for the little hooker from Parramatta, Blair Curtin. What absolute great game. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. I've been Jordan Lewis. He has been Liam Ryan. We will see you for the next one. Stay tuned for more SRL action.